Hey everybody, my name is Chris. So in this video, I'll be answering some of your questions about the Galarian Mr. Mime event that's happening right now. It's actually not a Galarian Mr. Mime event for everyone. Non-ticket holders, it's basically an INCENSE event this entire weekend. And for ticket holders, it really is the Galarian Mr. Mime event. So I'm just going to answer some questions clarifying what to expect if you're a non-ticket holder and also what to expect if you are a ticket holder. But before we go into the video, as always, let's give you guys some shiny luck. I hatched this a while ago. This is the only Mr. Mime I need in my life. Why would I want a Galarian Mr. Mime when I have this? Alright, let's get started with this video. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Chris again, and I answer Pokemon GO questions from my viewers and my subscribers. So if you're looking for someone to answer your Pokemon GO questions related to events or gameplay, make sure you click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos answering some popular questions. And without wasting any more of your time, let's jump right into these questions. What to expect for non-ticket holders during this event? Okay, so like I said before, if you're not going to buy the ticket for the Galarian Mr. Mime Special Research, then this whole weekend is basically an INCENSE event. Let me just clarify that the number one thing that you should expect is not getting a Galarian Mr. Mime. So don't expect Galarian Mr. Mime to be spawning in the wild. It's not going to be in raids. You won't be able to hatch it from eggs. It's not going to appear in raids. You just won't be able to get Galarian Mr. Mime at all if you don't pay that $8 ticket for the special research that gives you it. So just to make it crystal clear, if you're not getting that ticket, you are not getting a Galarian Mr. Mime this weekend. So if you're not going to get the special research for Galarian Mr. Mime, then like I said before, it's basically an INCENSE event. So for you, you can activate an INCENSE event during this entire weekend, and that INCENSE will last for 3 hours. So while your INCENSE is activated for 3 hours, you can expect Pokemon like Swinub, Solosis, Jinx, Cubchoo, Spoink, Woobat, Wobbuffet, Alolan Vulpix, and Alolan Sandshrew to be spawning from that INCENSE. So this is a good mix of Pokemon from the INCENSE. Some of these are good targets for your excellent throws if you're grinding for XP. Jinx and Wobbuffet have big targets, so those can be good candidates for excellent curveball throws. That way you can get 2000 XP for those excellent throws, and you can grind your XP a lot faster. Also, a good chunk of these Pokemon from INCENSE can be shiny, like Swinub, Cubchoo, Woobat, Wobbuffet, Alolan Vulpix, and Alolan Sandshrew. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Are you sure we can't get Galarian Mr. Mime without a ticket? Yes, I am absolutely sure you won't be able to get a Galarian Mr. Mime in any other way beyond paying for $8 to get the special research that will reward you it. Now, another way that you can go about getting a Galarian Mr. Mime for free is to desperately find someone who has paid for the event, who has completed the special research and acquired the 2 Galarian Mr. Mime from it, and beg to get one of their Galarian Mr. Mimes. But I'm not sure who would do that. No one can be that desperate for a Galarian Mr. Mime, right? This kind of leads to the next question. Will Galarian Mr. Mime become available in the future? Okay, so I believe that Galarian Mr. Mime will be available later on. We're not sure when, but it will become available to everyone for free at some point. So this has been proven by other paid events before, like with Genesect. They had a $8 special ticket for Genesect for early access, and then Genesect became available later on in raids to the whole world when its shiny form was released. So we can probably expect the same for Galarian Mr. Mime in this sense, that this is just an early access to get Galarian Mr. Mime, and then maybe in the future, like 1 year from now or even 2 years from now maybe, Galarian Mr. Mime will become available for everyone without needing to pay. So if you're not in a rush to get this Galarian Mr. Mime, you don't have to spend this $8. You probably won't be missing out too much because it will become available in the future. Moving on to the next question. What kind of rewards will the special research give? Okay, so just to get an idea what this special research will give, if you are a ticket holder or you're just curious as a non-ticket holder. So you will get 2 Galarian Mr. Mimes. You can keep one as a Mr. Mime and evolve the other one to Mr. Rime. You'll also get candy to evolve it. You also get mediocre encounters with other Pokemon like Whismur, Jinx, and some others that are just not worth mentioning. Nothing that special. It's not like you'll be getting a Tyranitar or something, you know, useful. So I won't be mentioning them. You'll get a total of 15,000 XP, 8,000 Stardust, 3 Incense, 3 premium raid passes, which really have no value nowadays because a lot of people just use remote raid passes, 3 rare candies, 3 star pieces, 3 super incubators, 30 ultra balls, and 30 regular pokeballs, 2 glacial lures. No one uses lures nowadays. I mean, they spawn a Pokemon, what, 1 every 3 minutes or 5 minutes? So it's just, who uses lures nowadays except maybe to evolve an Eevee or any of those Pokemon that require the lures to evolve. And then 1 Poffin. So you can take it as you will. If you think those items are worth it, then by all means you can purchase the special research. And if it's not worth it to you, then you can skip it. So this kind of leads to the next question, is it worth it in the end? Okay, so this depends on every player. I personally don't think it's worth it because knowing that it will eventually become available later, or assuming that it will become available later, getting it now for early access doesn't really do anything for me. What am I going to use it for? I'm not going to use it for PvP. I'm not going to use it to battle in raids most likely. So early access to it just doesn't really do anything for me or make a positive impact on my gameplay at the moment. So I'm okay with missing it out and just sitting this event out. Now, some other players might buy the ticket because they see the entertainment value of it and want to enjoy the special research storyline, and that's okay. That's valid. Some other people want to purchase it for the avatar pose just by itself. You know, it's a jazz hand Mr. Mime pose. So if people find value with that goofy pose, then that's valid as well. So if you're going to buy the ticket for any of these reasons, for entertainment value, or because you're bored, or you have $8 to spare, or you want that avatar pose, then by all means you can go ahead and purchase it, and the community will respect that. But I also respect the people who won't be buying the ticket because they're trying to make a statement. They're saying, you know, I don't support this. I don't support putting a new form of a Pokemon behind a paywall. They're making a statement saying, I don't want, you know, Niantic to continue doing this and putting new Pokemon behind a paywall. Because maybe the next Pokemon that will be behind a paywall will be, you know, Kecleon, which is the last Gen 3 Pokemon that hasn't been released yet. Maybe they're waiting for, you know, these paid events to be successful and kind of seeing how many players buy these tickets so they can decide, hey, maybe releasing Kecleon, because everyone is looking for that last Gen 3 Pokemon, maybe releasing Kecleon behind a $12 ticket maybe might be plausible for them to do. You know, some people are boycotting this and trying to make a statement saying this is not okay. And then there are other players who, you know, just purchase it for just for fun, for the entertainment value, just as Niantic intended for this special research. So it really depends on the player. Just respect each other's choices. You know, some people will ultimately buy the ticket and some will ultimately not buy the ticket. And both sides can have valid reasons for doing both those decisions. So that's what I have to say about that. So hopefully you guys can respect this video and kind of my thoughts on it. And, you know, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the event? Did you buy it, and why did you buy it? Or if you haven't bought it, why didn't you buy it? And just, you know, keep it civil in the comments, and happy to respond back to any of those comments. So some quick reminders, Registeel will be in raids this weekend. So if you're not going to be busy with the Galarian Mr. Mime Special Research, then you can be spending your time raiding against Registeel. Registeel, again, as I mentioned in another video, Registeel is viable in PvP, in Great League and in Ultra League. You can find the questions about Registeel in my video explaining the December timeline, or the updated December timeline. I go over all the Reggie's legendaries in that video as I go through the whole timeline. So if you haven't watched that yet, make sure you watch that, because I also cover the next weekend and also the last remaining Spotlight hours. Oh, and speaking of Spotlight hours, if you're going to be raiding a lot for Registeel, the Spotlight hour for next week will feature Snorunt, and the bonus will be double transfer candy. So if you're going to be raiding a lot with Registeel, make sure you want to save those Registeels if you're looking for more candy. Save those Registeals in your Poke stores, so then when Tuesday Spotlight Hour starts, you can transfer them for the double transfer candy. Also, another reminder is the double XP bonus that we currently have going on until the end of the year. So if you're still grinding for XP, make sure you take advantage and catch as many Pokemon as you can, do as many curveball excellent throws as you can. And like I said, with this Incense event, with Wobbuffet and Jinx spawning, those have huge targets, so you can practice your excellent curveball throws on those Pokemon if you have an Incense activated. And lastly, the holiday event will be starting next week on December 22nd, so I'll have a video covering that. I'm not sure if I'm going to publish a video of just explaining what has been announced before the event starts, or I'll make a event covering it when the event starts, when I know a little bit more details about what spawns are showing up and if there's any other surprises. So stay tuned for that whenever I release that video. And then if you haven't checked out my survey yet, I have it in the description below. It's basically a way for you to tell me what kind of player you are, so I know my audience a little bit more and tailor my content to fit you guys, what you're looking for, what level you are, tailor my channel and my videos to help you guys the most. So if you can fill out that survey and check it out, that would help me help you guys. A quick shout out to my awesome viewers who commented on my last video. Hopefully that video kind of reassures you that you will get your shiny Celebi. The Meowth balloon will not be going away. Jesse and James will be staying until the end of February, so you don't need to worry about the Meowth balloon and you don't need to worry about losing your shiny Celebi. So everyone who has the special research will get their shiny Celebi eventually. So it's all about waiting it and being patient until you're able to complete it and finally catch yourself a shiny Celebi. So you can be confident about that special research staying and being able to take your time or waiting as long as you need to complete that special research. So it's going to be great when you guys get your shiny Celebi at last. So when you finally do get your shiny Celebi, feel free to post in the comments to let me know, and I'll be very happy for you and reply back to you. So thanks to everyone who recently subscribed. Hope this channel will continue to give you value. If you haven't subscribed yet, hope you got value out of this video. If you did, please consider subscribing and liking the video. And if you have any questions, make sure you let me know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, and see you guys in the next video.